Good evening, everybody. My name is JL Galloway, your community host tonight. Tonight I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Jennie A.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, that way, yeah. And of course, tonight we're joined by our community manager, Scott Sterling.
Greetings.
We're hoping to hear from our program manager soon, but he might not make it today. Maybe Eric can get a hold of him.
I tried texting him and Facebooking him, so we'll see.
Yeah, he could be sleeping though too.
He could be.
It's true.
Well, he is a resident Grand Negus, and they've been known to party a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just leave it at that.
It's because of all that latinum they make.
Yeah.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in a different location.
Yes, she is.
Well,
there's a lot of different things today, like our new and improved intro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's definitely... definitely our friend. You gonna plug it?
Yep.
Definitely our friends over at Midnight Sky Media made this new one for us. I feel like it's a little more mature, developed, like we know, like we're established ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Time for a new one.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
She did one for Josh. She's also the one who did our new logo, as you can tell.
Yeah.
We introduced it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so the thing I really like is that it looks like you're in a wormhole.
Yeah.
Going at warp speed through a wormhole, and then you get right up to the symbol, and then you drop into normal space.
Mm-hmm. And I like how she did the transition with the music. It's 2 songs kind of put together too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she is a nerd, guys. She is definitely she likes Star Trek, but Star Wars is her thing. So.
Oh, we should start a Star Wars podcast just for her.
Yeah, just include it in here.
I can't do Star Wars.
Come on.
No,
we could talk about how horrible Boba Fett was and how it ties into Mandalorian.
Here's what we do. We talk about Star Wars for 45 minutes, and that way at the 45-minute mark, we can start talking Trek.
But you know what's going to happen? Jenny's going to be like this.
I mean, I know Star Wars, but I don't know a lot of the new stuff anymore. So.
Well, there's some new exciting Star Wars news, and I'm kind of hoping that they can do for her what they did for Anakin Skywalker's Hayden Christensen's performance of Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. The Obi-Wan series really stepped up their game, and how do I want to say this, Scott? I say that they made the character less emo, whiny, and defined him, I guess, right? Established him.
They did. They established him more so.
And I also like, without spoiling anything from that whole series, I like the story that they did. I like how they established it, and I wish there's things we could talk about it, but since Jenny hasn't seen it, and in case she ever does, I don't want to ruin it.
No, I will say quality-wise, they're going to have a hard time keeping up with what they did with Andor. Andor is like the mark they have to hit consistently now.
See, I haven't finished Andor yet.
I was going to say, every episode of Andor was consistently good. So.
Yeah, they keep getting better. I just haven't finished it.
Viewers, now we have 4 because we're talking about Star Wars, not Trek.
Yeah.
Well, we never talk about Trek in the first 45 minutes. Because of our good buddy, Scott.
Chase.
Yes,
good thing I know that one.
Because of our good buddy Chase at These Are the Voyages podcast, which you can find at trtvpod.com, and he produces on the 7s.
And he just finished all his doctorates now, guys. He's now a doctor.
Ooh, can I call him Dr. Chase?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh no, he'll probably hate that. It's like, I have a last name. No, you're just Dr. Chase.
You're right.
Chase is a last name too.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, he actually reached out to me a while ago about a stow question. I'm like, I don't think you can do that.
We'll get to Chris's comment in a second.
For a luggage tag.
Well, Chris says, "Doctor, it hurts when I do this." I'm not that kind of doctor. I like Jenny's answer. No, but what I was hinting at is there's a new Rey Skywalker series coming out. And I'm hoping that they can fix what they did in Star Wars 9. some of it.
Excuse me.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but we'll see. And I think a lot of that came to be because of that one lady who ended up not getting her show and ended up getting fired from Disney. They needed another strong female lead. Personally, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess with the Mandalorian going on, you don't want too many Mandalorian shows because I can see Katie Stackhoff leading her own show easily.
Oh, easily.
Easily seeing her lead her own show.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's a good conservative choice. Choosing Rey Skywalker. But the other cool thing is they're in a new sandbox. Let's see what they do with it. Right now, Star Wars has been really good about playing within the sandbox that's already established and adding on to it. The last couple of times that they've tried to like go back and add new things, it has not been too well for them. Star Wars 7 through 9, for example, and Star Wars 1 through 3. Fans really had a hard time. But this is actually where I'm going to come to Star Wars' defense. Because Star Wars 7 had to be basically a mirror version of Star Wars 4. I don't think the fans would have accepted anything else. I mean that with the nicest of hearts. It's just, yeah. That's the problem with like a lot of these shows. Like, this isn't what I remember. This is not. You're ruining the lore. You're ruining canon. How could you? No, seriously. If it's not pre-established canon, a lot of fans have a hard time, and they're little gatekeepers.
Father.
I'm live on the air, son.
I mean, do you have one?
Apparently, I need to be interrupted because my son's headphones broke.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there's new
do
ones.
some chores, earn some money to buy a new headset.
Eric says, I'd like to see a Finn spinoff. I can see Finn. Yeah. Finn could be a good character to... Yeah, because there's a lot I think they could explore with Finn. I feel like he kind of got... they did a really good build-up in Episode 7 for him. And then they kind of dropped the ball in 8 and 9, I thought, with Finn's character. You know, at the very end, what's Finn really known for? He's just there for a few lines, and then he gives that big old hug at the end, right? And they're all crying. To me, I didn't feel that emotional connection with Finn, Rey, and the other guy. I don't remember the other guy's name, and he's the main hero of the movie. I don't remember his name.
Poe.
Poe, thank you. It's Poe, yes. You know, and all three of them are hugging. They're supposed to, they're supposed to be super close. I'm like, the only two people I feel close to is Ben and Rey. Because it felt like they spent most of the movies focusing on those two characters in particular. I guess it's the same argument can be made of of Star Trek Discovery seasons 1 and 2, when most of us didn't even know the name of the bridge crew. Right? Because they had spent so much time on Michael Burnham, and they spent a lot of time on Saru, but they had a couple characters, but then they these are the characters. They kind of matter too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Later in time, we actually finally got something, and I'm kind of hoping. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't even mind a post spinoff either. So, I mean, I like what Disney's doing, though. I like the fact that they're taking chances. I like the fact that they're producing quality content, and I seriously hope Star Trek does not get discouraged just because Picard and Discovery are.
No, there's plenty of more.
Well, here's the thing I don't understand from some of our fans. Not our fans, but Star Trek fans as a whole. I don't understand why people think that after 6 seasons, why that's a great failure. It's like the show lasted 6 seasons. No, but in today's modern era, how many shows can you say have honestly gone past 5 seasons?
Oh, how many get it? 4 even, not that many.
I was in 2.
I was
max.
I was just about to say you're lucky to get 2.
Yeah, Eric said here that exactly what Jay said. He's supposed to be Force sensitive, but it was never shown in the trilogy. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities.
I
Chris, agree. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I agree. And apparently I saw an article, I wish I saved it, that someone did a petition, and it succeeded over Stranger World's petition.
25 over 25,000 signatures from what I've seen, at least from them on Twitter.
For which? For which one
or
exactly?
to get a Star Trek Legacy.
Well, okay, let's be honest. We know that we know. We don't know for sure, but we know deep in our hearts. They did the same thing to
We
us
know,
with
but we
Strange
don't
New
know.
Worlds. They did the same thing to us with Strange New Worlds. Everybody's like, we want the Enterprise crew. We want the Enterprise crew, right?
Hey, Chase, did you hear us talking about?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I got it. Go ahead.
Chase, were your ears burning?
Yeah,
Must have
Chase.
been.
Must have been. We
'Cause
literally were
remember-
just talking about you.
Yeah, Chase is saying it's over 30K now.
Okay, whoa.
Jeez.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like Strange New Worlds. It's already in development, but they're not going to release it. They're probably going to wait till like Comic-Con or something like that. And
Yeah,
have
but they didn't do anything for First Contact Day, which I thought.
Which means if they announce it on a Star Trek holiday, it'll be September 8th. It'll actually be for Star Trek Day that they do
I
that.
have a
you don't think they'll
feeling-
do? I think they'll do it for Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Or they'll do it,
I
yeah.
was Jay.
Chase, you didn't hear anything because you want to replug?
Yeah.
Dr.
Chase?
Chase, how are you doing today, sir?
We're just talking about you and how awesome you were. And we
Yes.
also talked about your podcast.
Yes, you can follow our friend Chase at These Are the Voyages podcast at trtvpod.com. There, that's twice I did it for you, buddy.
On the 7th.
Yes, and all his episodes released on the 7th each month.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't have any inside news. I'm just going off of what happened last time with Strange New Worlds. The fact that we all kind of knew that it was coming, but nobody knew for sure because nobody had any inside scoop. I mean, from our group.
Mhm.
None of us had any inside scoop, but we kind of had a feeling it was coming. With the way the fans were accepting it and everybody was talking about it, and of course it was blowing up on Twitter, I'm pretty sure they're already in pre-development. Because why else would they, build up these characters, right? They really built up Jack Crusher. They really built up Seven of Nine. You saw her story arc and her development.
Can we,
And Raffi's character.
because we're going to do it now. I'm not going to play it because it's annoying. But spoilers will be happening. Because we are going to talk about Picard.
Okay.
Especially that last episode, we have to.
I'm
Chase,
just
you've
giving
seen
a
that
heads up
episode,
now.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers will be happening. So if you haven't seen Picard, then you should leave now and go watch it.
Please watch it.
Please. Because I
'Cause
will
I remember.
actually, we'll get the stuff. I will be talking about why I was not here Wednesday too when we get to that point. But
We knew why you weren't here.
Wait 45 minutes, right?
Well, it's not 45 minutes now.
No.
Eric says they announced Star Trek Academy, correct? Yes, they did. So how will Legacy be different than Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, and Academy? How they announced? How will Legacy? I think Legacy is going to continue in the Picard timeline versus Academy. Could
And
give
I
me
think
any
that
timeline.
Legacy is going to take over the effect of Discovery as in a long story arc and not episodic.
But see, the Academy we don't know too much about. A lot of us were hinting
Well,
about a year
we-
ago that we thought it was going to be Mary Wiseman.
We don't know that. We do know the timeline and that it isn't set in the future Discovery era, the 30s.
Do we?
Yeah.
Who's established that? Has that been fan
They
based?
they
Or is that
annou- no
actually...
they announced it when they announced Starfleet Academy that it was going to be based in the same time frame as Discovery.
So Discovery's in 32nd century.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the
'Cause-
Academy will too.
So then, I like this fact that that a bunch of so-called reporters have been reporting that this is the end of the 32nd century universe. Like, no, if they already announced that Academy is going to be in the 32nd century, okay,
Yeah,
then I don't think
so.
this is going to be the last.
I will double check that real quick.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind Mary Wiseman stepping up and leading the role if she has the time, because I know she was doing some plays and other things. not too
Yeah,
long
and
ago.
and I think that's why they went ahead and announced the series. But
Chase wants to know, has the spoiler ban been lifted on the finale? Well, they released the Ready Room on Saturday, saying that they gave enough time.
mhm.
Well, that's CBS for you, but I mean, I don't know. It's up to, I guess, the individual podcast if they want to talk about it or not. And my dogs are whining. Yay. Haley. No.
Cooking with Kaylee.
My daughter says she's cooking with Kaylee, and she has this like
Rolling pin.
that thing,
It's called a rolling pin.
but she's like right next to the dogs. So I'm like, Kaylee.
Here we go. There's the link for it.
And this is actually based on StarTrek.com's website, so I think we can trust the source on this.
Yeah, we can.
Let me see if I can go to it though.
It doesn't. It may have been wrong on the time frame, but it says like for the description, it says for the first time in over a century, our campus will be reopened. So that's got to mean it's in the Discovery.
That sounds Discovery-ish.
You don't think it's Discovery?
No, I do.
It does sound Discovery-ish. Those poor babies. This is not getting all the attention.
No, it's not the attention. My sister's over here with her dogs, and she wants to go outside, and I won't let her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really mention anything, but yeah. My guess is it'll definitely be Discovery era. But anyway, I'm beating a dead horse.
No, I mean, I'm kind of glad because it'll allow cameos. It'll allow some of our characters to come back. It'll allow Michael Burnham if she wants. Sorry, Sidney Cole Martin Green if she wants to make a reappearance. If any of them, if Doug Jones wants to pop in, put on the makeup for a little bit, and come in there and do a scene or two. Maybe talk about his new ship, assuming he gets his own. Because I don't think he's getting the Discovery at the end of the season. But there were hints that he might be getting his own ship. Yeah. So Stamets can come back. He could teach something at the academy for a day lesson or something like that. I could really see a lot of opportunities if they keep it in Discovery's time frame. But so is the Academy the one that was supposed to be the anthology style series, or is it going to be
I don't know.
Still on the back burner?
Because this one takes place obviously from Young Cadets. I don't know if this will be the anthology series or if we get Legacy. If Legacy will be the anthology series.
I'm kind of hoping not. I'd rather see a new Enterprise show.
I kind of hoping Legacy would be like Discovery and as a non-episodic kind of more of a story arc.
Yeah.
Not all season story arc. Maybe 4 episodes of the story arc and then another 4 or something like that. Because I love and hate story arcs.
I kind of like it because I like the story arc. This is just me though, and I understand it. But I like Strange New Worlds. I really do. I really like the way it's done. I think that works for that show. But I like story arcs because I like the beginning and the end of a story. It's like reading a book, right?
Sometimes you get tired of it. That's my problem. It's like,
but then the episodic stories, I kind of get tired of those because it's like you can plug and play. But even the new ones, right? I'm talking about like Voyager, DS9, well not DS9, Voyager, but Star Trek: The Next Generation, and Star Trek. You could just watch any episode, but there's not a lot of development in the characters.
And see, here's where I think Strange New Worlds does it right, because it's a story of the week each week, right? But each character has an arc through the season, so it's balanced that way.
That's what I'm saying. I like that about this, and I can't wait to see what Ortega, her background story is going to be.
I would love to know about her background.
That's what I'm saying. I like that approach. I just don't know if that's a sustainable approach for multiple shows.
I think it really depends on the show, what they're trying to accomplish.
I think it works for the Enterprise of Strange New Worlds because it's a prequel series to TOS, and it worked, so I can see that connection. But I don't know if it would work for the Academy show or any other show that they have developed. Oh, but speaking of shows, before we go into spoilers about Picard, anybody else excited for Section 31, the movie?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm curious how it's going to work out.
But here's the thing I like about movies: the production's higher, the story writing is usually a little bit better. And apparently Chase is joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Well, when I see his face, there he is.
Here.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Hello,
That
Captain
strange
Chase.
face there.
Shouldn't that be Dr. Chase?
Whatever.
Captain Chase. That's what we want.
Oh, man.
You can be Captain Chase.
Did you say Captain?
Captain. Dr. Captain.
Don't make me go to the chat and rename him.
Maybe we can rename Sam.
Before we get into,
hang on.
anyways, we great TV. This is great podcast.
Yeah, professional podcasting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with my lovely background of a half-dead plant from my mother's funeral that I need to water.
You do what you do. You do what
I'm
you
letting
do.
the dogs go out and play in the backyard so they don't keep whining.
Mhm.
Before we get into car spoilers, let me explain what I went to Wednesday.
What
Okay.
did you go
Well, I
to?
wasn't
Wednesday,
here.
Jenny?
I went to the IMAX car showing.
I know,
Must
right?
be nice.
It's in your
It
neck
was
of the
a
woods.
pain to get tickets for it. Let me tell you that. It was a struggle to get tickets for it.
Yeah.
But it was all free. The movie was free. The popcorn was free, and the drink was free. We didn't pay a thing. Well,
Really?
Sarah and I were expecting to pay something,
Hmm.
but not a single thing we'd pay for.
So yeah, but let's tell them how you did that. So it was only in 10 cities. You had to
Yeah.
sign up on a website, and then when you got to that website, once you registered, it says that you weren't guaranteed. So what was the next step from that process for you?
We showed up an hour early.
Hmm.
The showing is 8:15. We showed up at 7:30. There was already a line of people to get in. And we get in, and of course they are scanning our tickets. We get little wristbands on, and then it has a little like pull tab, and that's to get. And I'll show you in a minute here. Then they gave us 2 tickets to go, and that's how you redeemed your popcorn and your drink at the concession stands.
Nice.
Then you go get your popcorn and drink. Of course, we weren't thinking and forgot this is not assigned seating. We're so used to assigned seating that we forgot that is the traditional movie theater where you just go and sit down. We're not traditional, but we didn't have tickets prices.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting the second row of the screen and the corner. So we're like this.
So she was like this.
I guess I should put the photos up I have on my Facebook.
But you want to hear something while she's bringing up the photos? Can you believe
Well, it's
Vegas
just
wasn't
not
one of the
photos.
10 cities?
It's crazy that Vegas wasn't, especially when they had the experience there years ago.
Well, it's not just the experience; they had the
Too soon,
convention.
Scott. Too soon, man.
I know.
The experience?
It's still too soon. It's always going to be too soon.
Gosh, I miss that thing so much. I was just
Me too.
talking about that with someone not too long ago, and they had these like 3D like virtual tours of like like the Enterprise and everything, like, which was great. But then like
Oh,
they
the behind the
posted
scenes?
like the 3D tour of like of the experience. I was like, that takes me back, and I caught myself saying, oh man, I was there like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah. Did you ever get the chance, Chase, to do like the behind the scenes tour?
I did. I signed the book and everything.
Yeah, I got to do it one time. It was amazing.
Mhm. I did it one time as well. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. I was going to go for my 21st birthday. My dad went 1 month before it shut down.
Oh wow!
Have to be in Vegas during that time for work.
Oh, did he? Okay. I wanted to get there, but there's like no tickets or anything available. Like all the hotels are booked up. It's a pretty big hole.
My Star Trek shrine, which is over here, I actually have like 2 things from the experience that are over here. One of which I inherited someone's like Voyager DS9 era comm badge, and the other one is my TNG comm badge that I bought once upon a time. Gosh, I miss that place. I wish they would recreate it, especially with some of the things that we on the last card.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
also
yeah.
have a friend. My current director of sales used to work there. He used to be one of the actors.
Nice.
I just woke up.
So here is the photo from our scene. That's how full it was here.
Yeah.
Every single seat was full and stacked.
That's pretty impressive.
It was massive, and we all have popcorn. Like I said, we'll close out of this so it's easier to see people. we get there and they're playing like these little question, the little questions you get when you go to movie theaters. Like, who is this person? Blah blah. And then they had like a little random. They showed the new Stranger's World trailer over and over again, and they showed little bits and bits of Prodigy and Lower Decks and all that stuff. And then it started. We watched the episode 9. Then we watched episode 10. Which was funny was there was no credits. So we watched episode 9. It was black screen for a few seconds, and I was like, oh, they're gonna stop and go, all right, you guys, you ready? No. All of a sudden we hear is Chekhov's voice. And we're like, what? Huh? And we watched the show. And then at the very end, we got a poster.
Man.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That is very nice.
True story.
Jealous that they didn't allow us to do that here in Vegas.
In the popcorn that showed up, but yeah, it was cool. They were super nice, friendly. The Q&A, it was our favorite Q&A person, guys. Do you know who that is?
Will Wheaton.
No, it's what's his name?
Scott Mance.
Scott, yeah, Mance.
Mm-hmm. And the whole question was, he only answered, so you can submit questions. He only answered 3 submitted questions. 3.
And let me guess, everything else he asked was about yesterday's Enterprise and how it's the greatest episode ever, and it's always about him.
No, he actually this time he did not talk about himself, which was shocking. But he kept asking us, how was it like to do this? How was it like to work with this person? How was it like to do this scene? Which is great, but not constantly. You want the fans' questions. I was kind of upset that we got 3 questions answered.
Man.
I'm surprised that Marina put up with it.
Marina wasn't there.
Because
that's probably why.
That's because the rules of Q&A is don't ask us what it was like working with this person because we're not going to tell you the truth. Don't ask us about this scene because we don't remember.
Yeah, because for them it was so long ago when they did this. Yeah, they're not going to remember.
But it was nice to see it was nice a little bit. It was a good Q&A. It was decent. Not the bad, not the worst, but decent. I had to run the bathroom, so it was so funny because they had like a break, and I didn't know how long, and so I told my friend, I was like, hey, text me if they're starting. And I stood up, and of course, sitting down so long, I almost fell flat on my face because my legs couldn't move. And I was trying to run up the stairs, and I was like running towards the bathroom. But everybody was doing that. Everybody was running. Oh, it's starting to pour here. Sorry.
It's really dry here, man. Like, I'm surprised there's no rain here. I mean,
but you guys are
in the same state.
Geographically close to each other.
We're about an hour and a half away from each other.
I'm saying that's still close. That's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase, did you all get any of the hail like a week ago?
No.
Okay.
No.
It poured on me.
No, so it's not that funny, but I was like perturbed at the time, but I'm laughing about it now. But like earlier today, I was running errands not too far from the house, and I wasn't expecting it to rain. I mean, it was cloudy, it was overcast, but I wasn't expecting it to rain. So like I come out and like my foot's hurting, by the way. So like I can't like run like right now or like walk quickly. I'm like, I don't have an umbrella. I don't have a rain jacket, no poncho to speak of. I'm like, all right, let's do this. And like the 5 seconds it takes me to get from like, like the door of like the store that I'm at to my car, I am just drenched. Like you would have thought that I went to like, not Wet and Wild. What's it called now? Hurricane Harbor. You would have just thought like I went down a slide at Hurricane Harbor. I was like so wet. I'm dating myself with Wet and Wild, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny and Chase, do you want to give me back my weather? I'll give you back our 80-degree weather today.
Yes, please.
Come get it. Come get it.
Come take it.
So
It was so. I was going to get lunch, and on the way back, I go, man, it's getting really dark. It's getting dark here. Like, it wasn't not this dark.
Yeah.
Literally, I walk in the door and it's just pounding down rain. Gotta love Texas.
So there's one observation I'd like to make from the some recent episodes of Picard. Is that okay? Real quick.
Sure.
Yeah.
So am I the only one that noticed that they used the old school warp effect?
No, you're not the only one noticed.
No, I noticed it too. I'm like, thankfully we get that back.
We don't
We
have
also
Star
get-
Wars hyperspace going on.
And we also get the little tidbits of different theme songs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the scene where the Enterprise comes in and he goes through the Borg cube. You get a little bit of that. And then there's a scene where they play the Voyager music when they're at the museum and Seven's talking to Jack.
Yeah.
And you hear the Voyager theme just chime in there.
Mhm.
Done so
So much
eloquently,
better.
too. It was done so eloquently. Like, it just, the transition was smooth, I thought.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For a musical score, that's pretty good. Because they are two different type of, tones, and then to merge them in like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, the Easter eggs that made all of us little Trekkies happy.
Which one made you the happiest? Which one made you the happiest, Jenny? Just out of curiosity.
Easter egg wise, I don't know.
The one that sent me over, the one that was like the stick a fork in me, I'm done, was end of Vox when they are on the 1701D, and just when you think everything, like they could have done everything, you hear the first lady of Star Trek come on.
Mhm.
That was it.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
That sent me over the top.
I miss that voice. I agree
all
with Riker.
They even commented about the voice in the episode.
Well, and fun fact that one of those clips was taken from Chain of Command and put in there. The other one was from another episode, I believe. Or they might have been both from Chain of Command. I can't exactly remember. It's been a while.
it was so nice.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And just a little comedy that just made you want to laugh.
Mhm.
I hope we die quickly. That's one of my favorite lines, by the way.
Yeah.
Now,
You know what I missed
I-
off this bridge? The carpet.
A bit.
We all want
a
the
threesome.
carpet.
Yes, we do.
I forgot how much I missed the carpet until they said something about the carpet.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been
Number-
missing the carpet since we got on the Lost Serena. Are you kidding me?
I
the thing for me, I guess, my favorite scene, Chase, was Ro Laren coming back. Even though the whole scene as a whole wasn't that good, seeing her when you're not expecting to, and then they created a story where there wasn't a story before, I felt like that was a good way to properly send off that character, because she was there 1 minute, the next thing, what happens to her?
I actually read
See?
an article that said that they were going to beam her off just last minute, but because of budgetary reasons, they couldn't.
I don't know
Well-
how they did it, but how did they manage to keep secrets of those people? Like, usually somehow, some way, someone leaks it. But we had no clue that Roller was coming back. We had no clue Shelby's coming back.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to the fact that they care. Like they brought some old folks back, and they want us old folks to enjoy Trek and have that moment like we did.
Mhm.
I've never seen so many. I've never been so happy to see so many wrinkles.
Yeah.
I love Troy's. Oh, was anybody else happy to see that Troy can actually fly a ship?
Yes.
Redemption.
Yes.
Right?
And actually,
What about Crusher going, do, 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 do? What? I had 20 years experience.
A lot happened in 20 years, people.
Well,
I'm
and
so upset that she did not get a badass moment.
yeah.
What are you
Well,
talking about?
yeah,
The
yeah, they-
Enterprise and blowing up the Borg?
Like
No,
the
that
whole
was-
season.
No, I'm talking about Deanna Troy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like she kind of she did hop on the helm, and she's like, I know how to find him, and
Yeah.
did do some spinny do moves and beamed him out. So I give it to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Gates's or Crusher's, blow up the whole Borg ship type thing. It was just, or a fight scene,
Mhm.
and Marina really deserved her fight scene.
She did.
The only thing I was kind of curious: how did she get captured in the first
Not
place?
her though. As a Betazord, they don't really fight.
I know, but Marina deserved a fight scene.
No, but okay. There's a big plot hole in my opinion. What happened to their daughter?
She's at Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, they kind of hinted towards it.
She's at Starfleet. She's legitimately at Starfleet Academy.
Okay, yeah, because they captured the mom. The dad was obviously on the Titan, so where was the daughter? Maybe I missed that part when they said that she was at the academy.
It was a kind of subtle hint that she was on it.
Oh, okay.
And then they
probably
confirmed
missed
it in off-air stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Well, they confirmed a couple things off air too. I like the Ready Room episode.
Oh yeah.
A couple of things. Like I know they wanted to get Janeway back on the series, but I guess she was too expensive and they're running out of budget.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like they're trying to keep Kate Mulgrew like strictly over in the world of Prodigy.
I can see
It makes sense.
Yes,
Makes
it is Kestra that we're talking about, Chris.
I mean, at least they did name drop Janeway. So
Yeah.
multiple times.
I'm pretty sure if they
can
do
we talk
Legacy.
about the scene with Tuvok and Seven.
Yeah, let's get to that. But I was gonna say, I think we're gonna see probably Janeway if they do the spinoff series Legacy at some point in the season, in one of the seasons. I think we'll see it.
I don't think it's if. I think it's when they do Legacy.
yeah.
Well, we agree.
And I want to say these articles are bullshit that they're coming out with right now. We listen to the fans. We're working on Legacy. No, it's bullshit. They planned that.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's the same thing they said for Strange New Worlds, Matt.
Yeah, it's
We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, but it's planned. You're not going to put that much work into setting up a new series at the end of a season, at the end of another series, without having it already planned.
They're not going to bring back Q after he thought he was dead.
Well, he's not technically dead. He's
Well,
timeless.
he thought he was dead.
Well,
Well, no. That part of Q's dead.
You think in such linear terms.
yeah.
Listen to the doctor. He's wise.
It's human. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say spoken like a Q. It sounded like him.
Don't do that again.
Did anyone
Think in
read?
such linear terms.
Do that again.
Did anyone read the article that Will Wheaton put out?
Thanks.
No, which one, Matt? Sorry.
The article Will Wheaton was quoted in why the Traveler did not show up.
Yeah. I didn't read it, but my coworker told me, which makes sense.
I call bullshit.
I didn't read the article, so what did the article say?
Is this the one talking about how he couldn't? He's a traveler, so he can't go back to his family.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why I call bullshit? Because he was in
Star Trek Nemesis?
He was in Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that creates a huge plot hole right there. How did he show up?
Maybe they made a rule after that. After
Can we talk about Crusher's kids for a second? One is a former Borg drone that can control people, and the other can control time itself.
Mhm.
We have a Time Lord and a Borg.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
No, a
Well,
Borg that
hold
can
on.
control other people
Hold on.
without being Borg.
If
An
you were to
organic Borg.
put those two together, would you call them a Torg?
You went there.
Yes, I did.
Maybe a time board
Oh.
You know he would have.
or time. Or
People
would it
assume
be-
that time is a strict progression of cause to effect. But actually, from a nonlinear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey
Timey-wimey.
stuff.
You mean we don't have to like race around the sun to rewind time?
No, Superman, you don't.
Hey, come on! We also did it in Star Trek 4.
I know.
Yeah.
There have been plenty of slingshots and stuff.
I'm sorry. I can't think of slingshots anymore without thinking of Talladega Nights. Come on, Chase. Tell me you've seen that movie.
Of course I have.
Okay, good.
You got to ride with the fear.
Is that a cougar in your car? There's no way you'd ever convince me to get into a car with a cougar. Okay, anyways, let's get back on topic, Jenny. You were saying about Picard?
What was I saying?
We were going to talk about
I
spoilers.
haven't memorized the goldfish lately, so
Oh, okay.
Weren't we talking about the two sons?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
The
No.
Torg.
Voyager and Tuvok and Seven.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yes.
So when Seven gets promoted, I go to Sarah. I go, poor Harry Kim.
That would have been funny if we would have got like a little TikTok or not TikTok, a Twitter thing saying,
Mhm.
I don't remember seeing my promotion.
I was like, poor Harry Kim. Think about it. Everybody on the freaking ship has been promoted at some point. But Harry Kim has yet to be promoted in any
That's true.
canon. I know he's been promoted on Stowe and books, but not canon.
You know what would have been funny is at some point during Picard, it was just an instant Harry Kim on like a data screen or something.
Yeah.
Poor Harry.
Oh.
Poor Caroline. I still remember years ago on at the Star Trek convention when it was still a Star Trek convention officially, where Al Rivera gave him the box and Harry's like, "Oh my!"
Yeah.
He says, "I'm like, are you proposing?" He's like, "No, it's a prank trip. We're officially promoting you to Lieutenant Junior grade." I think you're in that one, weren't you, Scott?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, that was funny.
Scott's been to everyone but the first one.
I've been to every single SUV but the first.
Really? Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I should go back at some point.
You should.
I should go at some point.
Mhm.
Yep. Oh,
Yes, you should come with us.
I should.
It's in August.
I know. It's usually problematic for me to get there.
Captain Paris and his wife keep B'Elanna despite neither wanting to continue a career in Starfleet. It depends on which series you're following, right? Because in the books they had a
Their
career.
daughter joined Starfleet.
Morale, yeah. And then the video game, Paris was in too. During Star Trek Online.
No, we're gonna have we're gonna see Captain Naomi Wilder before we see
Wildman?
Huh?
I would love
Wildman?
to see a Captain
Wildman,
Wildman. Remember, she always follows.
Before we see Lieutenant Harry Kim.
No, we'll see Ensign and a half Harry Kim.
Junior Lieutenant grade Kim is what we'll see.
Yeah.
After 35 years in the making.
That Kim.
Look, man, if they're starting to go to like STO to like grab ships and stuff for
Yeah.
television and stuff, I think there's hope for our boy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if there's a legacy show, which again, it's more of a when instead of an if. I just think they should just come out guns blazing, like episode 1, right? Like the Enterprise G shows up at like some, station like Deep Space 12 or whatever. And it's some random, high brass person giving him the orders. And it's none other than like 4-pip Admiral Kim giving orders out. Like that's what we should do. Or actually, just to make it more symmetrical, a 1-pip Admiral, so a Commodore. Commodore Kim is what it should be.
Commodore Kim. Okay. You think you should outrank Tuvok at this point?
Why not? Why not?
He did a lot more work than Tuvok did.
Mhm.
Look, Tuvok couldn't, figure out what his rank was on the show, okay? He went back and forth all the live long day. But Kim, Old Faithful, he had that one pip on lockdown. He knew what his rank was.
Well, what really surprises me, right? They said, "Oh, well, somebody had to be the ensign on the show." Well, what about Geordie's character? That guy got promoted probably more times than any other character in
True.
Star Trek history.
It's true. Why does there have to always be an ensign?
Right? I can understand when the series
Put
first
ensigns on the
starts.
show, just not
Your
main characters.
your main characters should be like lieutenants and above, I think.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, like right now, like with the way that are we talking about the finale of Picard? By the way, are we
Yes,
talking?
we
We're
already
doing
talked
it.
about it.
So like the way that it ends, I mean, like most of the bridge crew got promoted. Like Sydney LaForge, right? She went from being an
Yeah.
ensign to a lieutenant junior grade,
Mhm.
right? We had
Jack skipped over.
Esmar, I think she's a lieutenant JG or she's a full lieutenant now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Jack skipped over academy and is now what, a lieutenant or
He's an ensign,
ensign? Yeah, wherever he is.
but he's not going to stay there. He's fast. He's on a fast track like Mary.
Right. So
I know like why they did it, but I personally think it was the wrong decision to make Rafi number one, not because of the relationship, but because of the fact that she's been a commander for like 20 years.
Well,
Like
she needs
she
to
was
serve,
Picard's number one on the Verity once upon a time.
but she also was demoted. Let's not forget that, right? But can we talk about something that probably nobody talked about? Speaking of Rafi's character, and I'm kind of hoping when they bring Legacy, not if, when. What happened to Elnor? He was on the Excelsior. He was posted on the Excelsior
with
Maybe he
Rocky.
Rafi went into the Starfleet Intelligence.
She was originally on the Excelsior with
Yeah.
him.
But then I said, but then she left to go into intelligence and work with Worf, even though she didn't know that.
I mean, like, well, he started out with as a first year cadet, didn't he?
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, ostensibly, he's still at the academy
Okay.
doing stuff, right?
Well-
like, he's still potentially like a second year, maybe close to a third year cadet by the time Picard ends. So, I mean, he's still there, and if it's a 4-year program, then he should be starting to do more active tours on starships rather than just like being grounded on Earth.
Okay.
Just my 2 cents.
I mean, I'm just saying it leaves wiggle room. However, the writers want to go, it'll allow an open story. Either
As
way,
long as they make him less space Legolas, I'm good.
Yes, I agree.
choose to live, Chase.
So what's up with? I've been wondering this since season 1. Okay, can I just ask the hard questions?
Yeah, you can ask hard questions.
Right ahead.
So, okay, this whole like Kawat Malat absolute candor thing. Okay, first
Yeah.
off, it's like that's an English phrase, like not some like random like Romulan language thing. So just help me understand that, like what that. I mean, I get it. Like just speak your truth, like be honest, like the whole time. But like, does that just kind of seem weird? Like that's been weird to me, like ever since season 1 came out.
Candor seems weird to me because I don't associate candor word and Star Trek in general. I associate in Divergent and that series line.
I'm more what I see is that's not what I see, Jane. I see trying to do a little bit of the monks. You know, because how monks are usually direct, forward, well
Right, I see the
disciplined.
term in monks, but I just don't see. I get why use candor. They should use some random term, like some made up name.
Yeah, like make up some like random name, like for real. Like just come, like look, I got like 2 random things. I got a Sharpie, an Expo Sharpie, and I got a Energizer battery. Let's just mash letters together and create a new word right now. So,
Or they can do a derogative of candor, like you can call it candoritia or something weird like that.
yeah,
You know, I really think, well, other than the term you guys are talking about, I think I feel like they were shoehorning the Romulans in without the mystique of the Romulans
Mhm.
with Guatemala. In both Discovery and Picard.
Well, see, I like Picard. I like the direction they kind of went with this. I like the fact that they're not revisiting the Romulans at this point. This whole season's been about the TNG. I think we might get more of that in a spin-off series. I don't think it's the last we've seen of the Borg or of the Romulans, which leads me to Eric's thing.
I think we're done with the Borg. I really do at this point.
No, I don't think so.
I agree.
No,
I'm kind of
we
getting
have
tired
a-
of the board.
Big plot hole. We have a big plot hole that has not been addressed.
But what's that?
It's right here. I'd like to see Picard tie in season 2 with there's no Borg guarding the wormhole or whatever. Yes, there is, but they're not the Borg that we know. They're Girardi's Borg.
I want to say that was an offshoot story that doesn't really fit in the timeline, and isn't. I want to say that that's actually not canon.
Well,
I would like to see a new crazy villain, not the Borg, because I agree. I'm tired.
I don't think the
Borg's
Borg are going to be the
everywhere.
villain anymore. I think Girardi's Borg is going to be the anti-hero or the hero, or the reluctant hero that nobody wants because, everybody's afraid of the Borg still, and it could, one little thing could, make them go bad. I think people are going to be afraid. I think it could be a subplot story, not like an entire season long, but people are going to fear Girardi. They're going to fear the Borg because they know what the Borg stand for.
I don't think we're gonna get the. I don't think we're gonna ever see Girardi's Borg again.
Nope.
I think that was a one and done story plot, and we'll never see him again.
I agree.
Maybe finish off in the movie.
Nope, I don't think we'll ever see him again.
I'm thinking like Section 31.
I'm thinking they're just gonna leave it at what it was, and it was an alternate time.
Because the question I have, right? I hear what you're saying, and I understand and I respect that, Matt, but my whole thing is, what's on the other side of that wormhole? And what has Girardi so concerned that they risk, a
So
civilian.
I know the answer to this. I know the
Go ahead,
answer.
Chase.
The answer to this, the reason why we have the RoboCop Borg guarding the wormhole
I like that.
is because there's so much concern that we're going to get some animated characters showing up on a live action TV show.
But I'm actually kind of excited for that. I'm excited for that episode.
We are guarding that right there. Like we are guarding Boimler and Mariner from showing up on Pike's Enterprise. That's why the Girardi Borg are there.
I'm
That's why
excited for
RoboCop
that.
Borg is
Chris wants to know if CGI counts. It's not technically animated.
Yeah, they've already confirmed that they won't be animated.
Yeah,
Live action.
I saw a good comment the other day talking about how Lower Decks is essentially a holodeck program for Riker.
Oh,
A
good
better program for Riker.
grief. Good grief.
The last time we saw Riker in a holodeck, it wasn't that great.
Look.
We just saw him. He was whistling.
Mhm.
I was referring to the Enterprise ending.
I know, but that's not the last time I saw him on holodeck.
Okay, you got me there. That last significant, important time we saw him in a holodeck.
Yeah, he was whistling.
Yeah.
That was a significant moment meeting Data. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're ruining my story, man.
No. I just know my track. What's up?
That's what I said. He's lying.
Look at Jenny over here. She's like Section 31, all dark and mysterious.
I'm sorry.
I'm your
that-
official
No,
Section
no.
31 representative.
No,
Here's
no,
my
no.
comment.
Jenny, leave it. It looks awesome. You're like
I got the JJ brush going on with the lights in the background.
the lens flares.
Yeah, your little lens flares and Dutch angles. Love it.
Oh, I'm not in my room, so I'm in the living room, guys, and I'm trying to angle it where you just see this lovely thing here. I got a cat right here. So
I have a question, Chase. I already got all three of their inputs.
Oh no.
Episode
42.
9. Yes. What about it?
Episode 9. I think
Fox.
it could have been. I think it could have been finished in 15 minutes. It was good fluff, but a lot of it was fluff. in my opinion. What do you think? You think all that was necessary to tell that part of the story?
I think so. You didn't ask me this question.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't
Rude.
here.
No, you guys.
You had to go to the special thing.
Hey,
Well, I'm sorry. I wanted my
Hey,
popcorn
Jenny.
bucket.
Jenny, it's okay. Not all of us are special like you, and you get to go to special things, and then think you deserve a right to have an opinion when you return about things that weren't your concern because you were more concerned with going to see special showings.
What did I walk into? Oh my gosh.
No, we're just having fun.
You know, I could pull
I
off
like
the
how
whole-
Jenny's just rubbing it in by
Do you want
showing
me to
it.
snap him away? I can do it.
I can pull
I
the
will
whole.
do this.
My mother passed this year. I can do that whole thing for. I get a whole year of that.
No, please don't. It's really sad that your mom did pass, and I'm sorry.
I
Truly
do
sorry.
have an announcement to make.
Are you getting married?
So my unfortunately my prediction was wrong. We did not get Cisco back.
No.
Oh,
Damn. Oh,
So-
hey, you owe me money.
So unfortunately, because we did not get Cisco back, Jay has to eat an entire jar of pickles.
that's not true. And
Jenny,
Cody,
I think that's
Jenny, has,
great.
Hold on.
Jenny has to eat an entire avocado.
Ugh.
And Scott and I have to eat an entire 32-ounce steak.
how is that punishment? And Cody,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Fully.
Be safe at work.
Yeah, be safe work, man.
That was the agreement.
No, there was no agreement that you and Scott would ever eat steak.
I remember this agreement.
I remember it was one pickle and one slice of avocado.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way: if Matt's buying the steak, I'm going with him.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure if Matt's
I have it in
like,
my,
Chase would go with him.
it's in my fridge.
Right? Right, Chase?
So you buying the tickets to go to Vegas?
I didn't say that.
It's steak.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just here enjoying the conversation about
So,
pickles and steak.
so, well, this all started out because we were going to, for the cruise, I was going to eat a little bit of avocado because I think avocado is disgusting.
Mhm.
And Jay was going to eat a pickle because he thinks pickles are disgusting.
Of course.
Well, he doesn't think he
And we
knows
were going to
it.
court it on the cruise.
And the fact that Jay also thinks steak is disgusting. Scott and I were going to honor his wishes and eat steak.
Can I help you eat the steak, not the avocado?
No, you have to have the avocado.
Ugh, you're going to make me puke.
Because
Ew.
Scott and I like to punish Jay and Jenny.
I don't know why.
It's really Matt likes to. I just tag along because it's as a witness.
Really, Scott? You're gonna go
Mhm.
there? Really?
Chase, I need to come visit you. You don't torture me like these people do.
No. Scott tortures
You
us.
say yes.
Scott tortures us with all of his memes.
This is true. We gotta admit they're good.
They're hilarious, but they're
I
still
don't
torturing us.
I don't know how
Yeah.
you're going to torture me. I'm curious how Chase is going to torture me.
Just by breathing. How about that?
I was like, you going to leave me with the kids? I would love to babysit.
Oh, it sounds like you have a free babysitter right there.
Mm.
There you go. Take your wife
Got
out.
both our we got the grandparents and we got Jenny. What's up?
It's,
I'll come babysit. If he wasn't so far away, guys, I would come. I would babysit.
You guys live in the same state. It can't be that far away.
Hour and a half.
yeah, but do you
An
know
hour and a
how?
half is nothing.
No. But you know all the tolls and the taxes that you have to go through just to get over to his place?
More like her place, but yes.
No, it's over to yours because she had to go through all those toll bridges. Thank your dad, by the way, for us for paying for all those. No, it was really good to see you though, Chase, in person. That was a really good meal, and I really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
Oh man, I got if you enjoyed that Mexican food, I got some other joints.
Okay.
I just love that place. That's the place I go to when I go in your town side of town.
We need to expand y'all's horizons.
I got some good local places here.
There's some great places near the stockyards, which is where we were.
Yeah, we
Like
went there.
one place called La Playa Maya, Chef's Kiss. Mwah, so good.
I just need to
Barbecue.
drive out there and see.
Barbecue, we're looking at Risky's, not Cooper's. Stay away from Cooper's.
Hard 8. We
Hard
do Hard 8. Or Hutchins.
I think that's what you say we're going next time when we come down there.
Scott, we should go on our trip.
I was just thinking that.
There you
Scott's coming to town, by the way.
go. Nice.
Yes, he is.
But then we're driving to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys are gonna drive? Okay.
Yep.
Too bad you can't just beam there.
Right?
Right. Well, so we're going on a cruise. Since I missed my cruise in June, I still need vacation. And so we were going to fly down, but then we were like, well, how are we going to get from the freaking hotel? How are we going to get from the airport to Galveston?
Mm.
Then there's a shuttle, but that's $70 right there.
That's one way.
And then-
That's not round trip.
Yeah, one way. And then we get to the hotel. We have to get in Galveston. Galveston hotels are expensive. My employee discount does not do anything there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be stuck at the hotel until the cruise. Then we have to either Uber or find the shuttle to the cruise port.
Okay.
Jeez.
Drive down. It's like a 5-hour drive from Dallas to Houston.
Are you just gonna drive down the day of?
No, we're going to drive 2 days early. We'll stay in Houston. I have enough points to stay in Houston, so we're going to stay for 2 days.
Because
Drive into Galveston.
Jay, they
Man.
don't want to miss the cruise because some freak weather event. So they learned and
Okay.
made the decision to go down 2
Okay.
days early.
This is what I don't understand about. It's 2023, right?
Yes. Last I
Everybody
checked.
knows it's 2023.
For the next few months.
Yes. So why is it in 2023 we do not have the technology apparently to take off in the ice, even though Canada's done it for centuries?
Centuries. Ah.
Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's more like
I
decades.
mean, they haven't been flying for 200 years.
I'm
I
joking.
don't, Chase,
Matt.
do
I
you
was
know what
called
happened during the cruise?
exaggeration.
Do you know what we're talking about? Do you know what happened in February?
Eric's
Long
girlfriend.
story short, Jay was supposed to fly down, but it had a bad freak weather storm. So he tried to go somewhere else, couldn't fly. So he started driving down because it's in California this year.
Mm.
And then it was so bad weather, the ice was bad that he was stopped and said, turn around, you're not going to get back there.
And then when
So
I
he
started
missed-
going back,
You got to
what
stop
happened?
tonight.
Yeah, I had to stop for the night. Because you remember what happened?
The police
I got-
told you to pull over.
No, the police told me when I got to Weed, California, that I had to go back. And then once I started going back, the storm in Ashland came in, so I was trapped between two storms.
That's
So I
yeah.
pulled over in
Oh,
Wairika
man.
for the night and just rode out the storm. Both storms.
So we give him a hard time because we told him you should always fly out 2 days early.
Oh, and
Yeah,
in
you
case you're
should.
wondering,
Are you telling that story about?
yes, Kayla, I'm telling that story. Let me turn off my virtual background. Because that virtual, you see that dog right there? That's the story how I got the dogs. Because we weren't able to go, so we went down to the Oregon coast because we were going to try to make the most of our vacation still. And then our friends was like, hey, we got these 2 rescue dogs that we can't keep because they already had 8.
Hmm.
They made 8. So I got that one and the one over here. She's hiding in her kennel.
Nice.
Well, no, we feed them in their kennels because that one, Nadia, is a really sweetheart, but when it comes to her food, she's a little aggressive. We're working on her with it. So they eat in their kennels with the doors open, but it's their own personal space.
Yeah, that's how
It works for
Zoe
them.
is. She likes to hang out in the kennel just because that's her place. So yeah, so Jay couldn't make it down because of that, and then of course my situation. So it was a great February for a lot of us.
Mhm.
I mean, I had a blast. Scott, did you not have a blast?
Yeah, it was fun.
So unrelated to snowstorms and cruises and traveling in general, I have a question that just kind of like popped in my head.
42.
Yes. 42 is always the answer to everything, as far as I'm concerned. No,
Hang on one. Sorry, Jason, interrupt you 1 second. Have a
Uh-oh.
good one, Coley. Thank you for joining us tonight.
See you, buddy.
Hi, Coley. Have a good night at work.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So here's the question for y'all, and for all y'all watching and listening and watching and viewer listening land. Okay. I'm sure all of us as Trekkies have thought of this at some point in our existence. I'm gonna snap you back. Come back, bud. Come on. My snapper's not working. I guess I'm like gonna turn the
I
start
hear
off.
it's cooking.
There we go. Hey, you came back. So here's what I'm wondering. Any era, right? Any era of Trek, which division would you belong to?
Ooh.
In which era would you be in?
Picard era.
So the division can match your real life job or not. It's up to you. So which division would you be in, and which era would you do it in?
I like Picard, and I do a lot of fan fiction writing in that era already. So for me, I feel like I'm already in that era.
So which
Okay,
division?
but what was your division?
Command. I'd be in command of my own
division,
starbase, which is what I'm doing in this story.
I know it would be Psi Med as division, but I don't know what era I want to be in. Discovery era. Futuristic.
32nd.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
I'm very into futuristic stuff.
Yeah, Chris, that's what I'm talking about.
Janitor, Starfleet.
Operations division at Starfleet Command. Let's go, somebody.
Yeah, for me, it's probably Picard, DS9 era. Like TNG, DS9 era. Probably Command.
Okay.
Operations DS9 era.
Really?
Yep. I want to be in charge.
Yeah, I don't want to be in
I just
charge.
want to be. I just want to be a badass with weapons and, you know, be
So
in
in
the
other-
room to make the decisions.
In other words, Matt wants to be 7 of 9.
Mm.
No. I want to be Chief O'Brien.
Okay. With the proper rank or without the proper rank?
Oh,
I
shoot.
care less about the rank.
Maybe we'll send him to the Packlet ship. Matt, make us go.
I want to go now.
Look at Chase.
Chase is like, why did I even join y'all tonight?
And with
Say,
that,
she's the one who wanted to join us.
ladies
Now that
and
he's
gentlemen,
gone.
we'll be back after a few words from our sponsors, and you can hear Q's sweet, sweet voice.
All right, Q Chase. What's your thing?
Man,
Sorry, I was a little slow on the button.
era, it would be either like the NX-01 era, or it would be like the late 2360s, early 2370s. In terms of like, I can never decide.
Would it be the birth of the Federation or pre-birth of the Federation?
Yes.
Fair
I do
enough.
what I want.
And what
Fair enough.
division were you going to be?
I think I mean, command is like, I think, sexy and stuff. I think like that'd be like fun to do. But I also think that like the science and like medical side would be cool too. So like maybe it would be like a science medical kind of position, but transition towards like command division type of thing.
Okay.
That's probably what I'd want to do. So like almost like we see it more with like, I think, Crusher than we do like
Yeah,
with
it's like, do you
Bones.
want like a research ship type thing, medical ship, and you
That would be
control
fun.
you
Yeah, that might be
on
fun.
the ship?
Yeah, that could be fun.
I don't want command. All right, now I'm in command of my job, and I don't like it. So I like to lead. I like to follow, not lead.
Yeah, I like the Archer time frame, like
Yeah.
where it's like warp 5, like making history with every light year type of thing, but also like some of like the luxury of having the Hilton space, with Picard's Enterprise. So I don't know. I think either time frames would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
I didn't get Scott's answer because I kind of timed out. And Jenny. Oh, I got Jenny's. I didn't get Scott's.
No, mine was Picard. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. TNG DS9 command.
So like the 2370,
Yeah.
the early to late 2370s.
My prediction is Eric would be operations, NX-01 era.
You think Eric would be?
I can see Eric doing that.
Mhm.
He'd love to be messing around with that warp core.
Yeah, I could definitely see Eric doing that.
Let's see. Sammy. I don't know. What would Sammy do? We haven't heard from her all day.
It's a sad day.
What'd you do?
I don't know what I did. I could call her, but that'd be mean. It's not like I haven't done that on the air before.
True, but she may have an early morning too, like she has the last couple weeks.
Yeah, she might. Nice. I need to get one of those. Nicely played, my friend. Nicely played.
I do what I can.
He's a little more professional than we are on our podcast.
I was gonna say, what would Sammy do though? I could see Sammy going into counseling because she has to put up with me all day long. She has to put up with me all day long. She comes up with new strategies.
You know what? We all have to put up with you.
Can we talk about
Ouch.
Data
Yeah.
getting counseling? Data and Troy's little counseling a little scene.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, okay, so I talked about that on our recent recap episode, and I was like, "Look, guys, like that's a rookie mistake that you make as a counselor, right there. That like she made like a straight up rookie mistake, and that is if you've gone past time, and like it's like, oh, it's time to go. You just get up and you walk to the door, and you wait for them to come to the door. You don't get up and sit back down." Because that's the kind of crap that happens right there.
I think the rookie mistake was that she sat down with Data to begin with.
I do have a little bit of an issue. I mean, like this was in like a Ready Room episode.
Okay.
By the way, where it was the one where he was being or Brent Spiner was being interviewed by Will Wheaton. And one of the things that was said in the interview was when Gene was originally talking to Brent about Data, was that he's going to be making like all these strivings to become more and more human.
Yeah.
He's going to come really, really close, but he's never going to get there. Well, even in this show, he's not human. He's like another like golem, android, synth, something or another.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the lines like, "I didn't realize becoming human would be this complicated," or something. Like, you're not human, bro.
But I think he's the closest thing that he could actually become, because he can experience emotions. He can experience what humans do experience without being actually human.
Well, the other thing I liked in that particular episode too is he had to come face to face with his demons, which is what a lot of humans have to do. His brother being the ultimate evil pinnacle, and then the way he manipulated his brother, I thought was kind of. Yes, it's a classic trope that we've seen over and over again, but it actually worked in this particular scene.
The only thing I was disappointed with on that scene was we didn't get B4 in there also.
Well, B4 was a memory file only, is what they said.
Still.
I think the reason for that is because it was time constrained. It was already an hour and a half long episode.
Still.
Oh, no, okay, that was a week before. Never mind, I apologize.
I think B4 could have showed up in the memory, just slightly, and kind of helped Data. defeat his brother.
Well, they did have a line with B4 in there.
Yeah, when we first meet Astromech Data Lord
Yeah.
B4,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like because his eyes now light up, right,
yeah.
and project things.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good take, even though it's a classic trope and they've done it before in different genres and TV shows.
I am happy how they brought Data back without bringing Data back.
Mhm.
Yes, I really do like that.
Hmm. Word.
Word, right? Now the real question is, who's going to live longer, Data or Picard?
Yes.
They'll die on the same day.
You think so?
They'll die on the same day, and they'll both utter. At least Data lives. At least Picard still lives.
Yeah. On the tombstone,
Hmm.
who died for like within seconds of each other.
Well, the one question I have, because I know that Star Trek Online is not considered canon, even though they use a lot of resources from it. What year was Star Trek Picard season 3?
2401 at the very end. With the codas, it was 2402.
Because the Enterprise F, according to Star Trek Online,
2409.
09, under the command of Captain Kelshawn. Obviously, they're going to have to retcon that.
Well, they already did.
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
already-
it's Charlie
They did?
canon.
Well, the Enterprise F was actually in the process of being decommed. That's why when it launches, Shelby says for ceremonial departure.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But we didn't see it in the museum, unless it got blew up.
Right.
E and F, maybe got. What
Not
happened to
every
E?
single ship was on the museum either.
Worf destroyed the E. Remember?
We don't
But
talk
how?
about that.
About that.
We don't know about that. It's more like it.
Okay, what are y'all's opinion of the G?
Me and my friend were hoping it would be called USS Picard.
No.
No.
I know a lot of people that were saying the same thing, Jenny.
I think it'd be great.
I don't like it being the Enterprise. It was a Titan. The Titan would have been a classic.
It
good
will
ship.
always be the Titan to me. It'll never be the G.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they renamed the Titan. I think they should have just launched a new ship.
Yeah.
Called it the G.
Mhm.
And I appreciate. I made the comment the other day. We had NC 1701 and 1701A. Then we said, screw the B, screw the C. We had the D. Now we're saying, screw the E, screw the F. We have the G.
See, here's the thing I don't like about it worked for the Titan, but it's a 20-year-old ship. So why would you go from a more updated ship to an retrofit outdated ship? It seems like it's going progressively down and not up.
Yeah, I mean, like you go from like huge like a huge complement
Yeah.
of folks on an Odyssey class ship, which is what the Enterprise F is,
Yeah.
The
to
pinnacle
now
of
a
Earthly
Neo
technology.
Connie, which is significantly smaller. And if you go back and remember what Shaw was saying in an earlier episode, like whenever like all the Vadic stuff was going on, like we're not the Enterprise. We don't have the same weapons complement and whatnot. We can't do the same things that the Enterprise is able to do. So like unless there was like a significant overhaul of even like a Neo Connie class, right? It's not going to have like the same firepower. It's not going to be able to do the same things that prior. It feels like it's a step back. Is really what I'm getting at.
I agree,
In terms of like what it can do tactically and defensively compared to others, even for an original Connie class from the Kirk era.
They're gonna retcon it again and say this is the most advanced ship in the fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Come Star Trek Legacy. I guarantee it, because it's the Enterprise, and that's what they're gonna do.
So let's talk about what Eric said here for a second. Titan had its own story history and didn't need rename. I think would have been a better ending than renaming it the Enterprise. that we maybe would have saw Jack Crusher boarding the Stargazer. How how Picard started his career should be how, if they wanted to do that symmetry so badly, they should have put him on the Stargazer.
But that's the thing. That's right here. That's the thing.
Yeah,
They want him on the Enterprise.
but
Yeah.
Picard didn't start on the Enterprise.
They want him on the Enterprise. They want to have another series with the Enterprise as the ship.
Well, we all know that, right? And we know that that's the reason why they did that. But I'm saying, for continuity's sake and for the ending of that story, I think Stargazer would have been a better choice, and then transfer him later to the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I think because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do the symmetry scene, right? That Jack is is picking up in his father and his mother's shadow.
I do think that like there should have been like a different class of ship that should have been there at Space Dock, and like pick whatever name you want for a class, right? Like I don't really care. Pick a name, make something up, and call it the Picard. And then like there could be like, if we like go with like the Picard thing for the name of the ship, like yeah, there's legacy, names mean everything, but now like you have Jack, who really is having to face his own whatever because he's on a ship that has his daddy's name on it, basically. So like it can be like this layered thing instead of like washing away like all the good stuff that the Titan spent a season doing. Like the audience is I mean, maybe it's just me. I'll speak for myself. Like as an audience member, I am emotionally tied to the Titan A. It will, like when I look at like Legacy and I see that ship flying around a nebula saving the day, I'm not going to think Enterprise G. I'm going to think that's the Titan doing its thing.
Yeah. The other thing with that is, and I'm looking at it as a marketing or not a marketing, as a sales standpoint.
Sure.
Now, like if you go to like Eagle, for whoever the new Eagle Moss is, now you have the Titan and the Enterprise G as the same design. I think that was a poor decision on that aspect too.
There was a picture I saw on Insta, and it was like the first person to order the Titan A kit, and it also now comes with Enterprise G decals.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, see that's I'm not a ship collector, but as people that are ship collectors, it was a stupid move to have this exact same silhouette.
You can't really see it, but over there I have a bunch of little ships.
No one cares, Jay.
Scott's a collector.
No one cares, Jay.
I talk about collecting ships. If they come out with the 10-inch models, I'm going to get them.
I got you. No one cares what you do, Jay.
Matt, do you need me to come to Vegas and give you a hug?
Yes.
Is that what it is, buddy?
Yes.
Matt, I'll give you a hug in August, okay?
The Titan deserves to have its own legacy, you know, like
Yes.
with
100%.
with what we saw with or what we learned of, I should say, you know, with the original Shangri-La class Titan, Riker's Titan, the Luna class, and now the Neo Constitution 3 class, it deserves to have its own legacy. And like, this is might be something else kind of stupid that I'm like really nitpicking, but like we're taking out all those models that were in the observation lounge or whatever, and now we're going to be replacing them with all these Enterprise ships. Like that just seems like, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way.
I don't know. I think 7 would keep them, and then add the Enterprise to it.
But I like the reveal of that it was Enterprise G. I don't like that it was the same ship I wish they would have done it like.
I like the concept where they're going. I just didn't like the reuse the ship.
Yeah.
And that's what you're trying to say, right? You like the concept of it, where it was going. Just wish it wasn't the same ship.
Why did they have to? I don't understand why they had to rename the Titan.
Yeah.
They just had any other ship there and called it the Enterprise G.
I would have loved for it to been like I don't know, like I'm just making something up, unless it's something real I don't know about, like a Neo Intrepid class, right? Like let where we can
What
have
about the
like some
Ross?
kind of arrowhead design,
What
right?
about the
Kind of,
Ross?
and we just call that like the Enterprise G. Maybe it's like it's an amalgamation of like an Intrepid and like a Galaxy, or an Intrepid and a Sovereign, or
I'm
something.
with you 100%.
I have another ship that actually was in Star Trek Picard. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you. Okay, I'm gonna add it. I think this should have been the ideal choice, especially after we saw what happened in the in the last episode. Especially, I think this is the ship they should have went with, and it was featured in the series. Where is it? There it is. Share that. The Ross class. I think we
Oh
should have had a
yeah,
Galaxy. I think they should have did a new
That is
Galaxy.
ugly.
I didn't say it wouldn't be. I'm just saying I think that would have made more sense in
They
my
look more
opinion.
like the traditional Enterprise or TNG Enterprise.
Yeah.
No, I
Or
don't
they-
Or
want
they could have took the D and upgraded it to this, or something
Or-
similar to this.
or what they could have done too is actually gone the like Galaxy X Dreadnought way of it too, and rename that as a G.
They could have.
or how about a whole new class of ship called the
Well,
Abijay-1?
yeah. There are many opportunities, and I agree with you, Matt and Chase. I don't know if I didn't like the Titan being renamed.
I liked the reveal of the name,
Me too.
like as a concept, to like, yes, we had another new Enterprise. But I didn't like it being the Titan because they changed the name from.
Yeah.
Now, as much as I'm complaining about this, the one thing that I think I like about the direction that they're taking it, and this is me being hopeful and optimistic, but because this is potentially, the flagship again, potentially, and we're
Yeah.
not, focusing ships around being board killers like we were like with a Sovereign class, for instance, or even like the Defiant being a warship. It does give me some hope that Starfleet is refocusing, coming back to its roots on the heels of like Frontier Day, of being
Yeah.
more exploratory than about war and conflict. If that's the case, I'm a little bit more okay with it, but at the same time, I'm not. But like the fact that there's a potential shift in the mission of Starfleet, I like a lot.
Now, I will say this: I really, really, really wanted them to design a ship that was like a traditional aircraft carrier. Okay,
And call it the Enterprise, the Big E.
hold on. Can I finish my explanation, please?
Sure.
Okay, and instead of like a bunch of small ships coming out of it as fighters, that like 5 Defiant ships just break off of it and become like a complete fighter wing.
Okay.
I like it. Sorry.
You know,
There's a fan theory ship called the Valkyrie that has 2 Defiants inside of it that are permanently docked, but it has a complement of fighters. Its downfall is the fact that it can't defend itself, and it really depends on its fighters for protection.
oh no, it would be like it'd be like the the rest of the ship after Defiance were like to detach.
Yeah.
It would be like a battleship. It'd be like just overall heavy destroyer type situation. The Dominion War type of fighting ship, you know.
Mhm.
I wish they would have had something. They would design something like that. But I understand where you're going with the exploring new worlds and all that concept, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
I just really want a badass like aircraft carrier style, you know.
I can see.
Fighting.
I loved the ship in Into Darkness that RoboCop had. I loved that ship so much. It was a good looking ship. Now, do I want it in like a legacy? Probably not. But if we could borrow some of it, I'd be okay with that.
Or even maybe it'd be that the type of ship I'm talking about would be actually in the mirror universe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
just want us to
Yeah.
get away from like Akira class type designs. Like I feel like we've been like Akira'd out when it comes to like ship design. Like it's been like Akira, Miranda kind of like hybrid looking ships lately, and I just kind of want to move past that.
Yeah, because Akira is built for a particular time to fight the Borg. Now that the Borg aren't there, the Dominion are technically not allies, but they're not enemies. Minus a little sub faction. But I thought that was going to be a segue to the True Way Alliance, but obviously not.
Eric, when I was referring to fighters, I was referring to like the Defiance as the fighters from the aircraft carrier.
Okay. But
Not like little runabouts and shuttlecrafts.
that defend a whole station.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that was due to budgetary reasonings, though, too. Pretty sure that if Cisco had his way, that the station not only would have phasers and torpedoes, but it would have a whole fighter wing attached to it. If it wasn't for budgetary restrictions in DS9, knowing how badass Cisco was,
Mhm.
he would have had like at least 8 or 9 Defiants at all times.
Oh yeah.
At least 4 squadrons of fighters.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past O'Brien to build 4 or 5 Defiants and had him hit around.
Well, you'd have that and a bunch of Delta flyers around too.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Gamma flyers.
Yeah,
Gamma
there you
flyers. Didn't Star Trek tease about, or Star Trek Online tease about that a while back? Gamma flyers.
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was like the free version you could craft.
I'm a little frustrated with STO right now because I started playing it. Well, no, I started playing it on PS4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I'm no longer playing it on PS4. I'm now playing it on my Series X, and I have to start all over.
What?
You do.
Oh, because the consoles don't translate.
Well, they don't translate in like PS4 is its own world, Xbox is its own game world, and PC is its own game world. You would think by now they'd figure out a way to, cross-play them.
Something. Just have one central account.
Mhm.
Play wherever. Like that's how it is. Like with like Fortnite and Fall Guys, like games like that. They're like they easily transfer. You log in on one and you're good. Everywhere else.
I'm not sure what they're going to do with Star Trek Online, and maybe they will in Star Trek Online 2.0, because I have a feeling we're going to be getting a new revamped version of that game soon. Because how else are you going to fix all the continuity mistakes now?
Timey, wimey, wobbly, wobbly, super.
That's what he said.
I had no idea what he said.
I heard it
Timey,
loud and
wimey.
Wibbly wobbly.
stuff.
Yeah.
What is this like? Is this a Doctor Who reference?
Yes. Don't make me.
You realize that I have never seen Doctor Who.
Neither have I.
How have you never? You expect me to believe that, Matt?
I will do it.
100%. I've not seen an episode of Doctor Who.
Okay.
But I understand the timely, wimely, the wibbly, wobbly, the reference.
I've heard of it, but I don't understand the reference behind it.
It's from an episode called Blink.
What was Blink about?
Oh,
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Context, Chase. Context.
It's about time travel and being stuck in time. And
nothing makes sense anymore.
He won't know what that is because he doesn't watch Doctor Who.
Nor did Matt, but Matt apparently gets it.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. My snapper's not working.
Yeah, it did. You brought Jenny back.
Can we get rid of her?
No.
Rude. I thought you were supposed to marry me, Matt.
Hey,
Well,
Well,
somebody-
Scott,
Yeah.
look,
man.
man.
I
Look.
mean, he did say he loves me in private chat. Did you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, we saw it.
I see a lot of things.
Some things you wish you didn't have to see.
Isn't that every day for a lot of people?
Yeah, basically.
I work in hotels. Trust me, I see a lot of interesting things.
Apparently, my dog is seeing something interesting.
The leaf blowing in the wind.
I think what she's doing is she's trying to find her buddy Charlie, but Charlie's probably gone in for the night. Nope, I might be wrong.
Should we call it a night?
I think we should call it.
yeah, we probably should.
Chase,
where we
I
calling?
really want to thank you for coming in
Oh,
tonight.
we should find where Chase is first, huh?
I just want to say thank you, Chase, for coming in tonight and geeking out with us.
Absolutely. Love talking ship classes and Trek stuff.
And Fish, your soothing voice is always welcome.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes. And you can find Chase again one last time on his show, These Are the Voyages, a podcast, and they air on the 7th. And we included the link down below. I just want to say, live long and prosper, everybody. Have a good
Live
night.
long and prosper. Peace and long life.
Night, guys.
Good night.
Peace.
Yeah.